5, try to find a video from, I don't know, X Factor, or try to find something from an old Inferno. You're not going to find that because it didn't exist. It's not like I invented it. I just created a new way to promote product, and that was the only way I did. And I started in Premiere Pro 2.0. I don't know what kind of editing software you do, but Premiere Pro 2.0, that's where I got my start.
So, I don't even know what Adobe Premiere is on currently, but I know it ain't that. So,
I think they just go by years.
Years now, yeah, exactly.
I think that was 05, so
okay.
19 years ago.
Yeah, so I didn't even think about that at that point in time. He may have been dabbling, but
I still have the software box probably at the house. I like to keep
the relic.
Nothing
to run it on.
Yeah, back when they actually had software and a CD, you had to put it in a disk drive. Now you can't even get a computer with a CD-ROM.
Nah, man, you gotta just get
started.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So we're gonna get ready to wrap this up. Jason, if you have something else, man, you can shoot that thought. But man, how do you get on staff? We gotta talk about this, and with the staffer right here too. Go ahead.
As Phil always says, you got to double in the 10th to win the U.S. Open. That's pretty much instant contract for you. But the main thing is, we talk a lot about it, is consistency. If you're going to go out there and say, hey, I want to get on staff. It's I want to do videos. I want to do all that. Just start doing them. If you do them well, you do them consistent, we're going to notice. If you start getting a following, then we're definitely going to notice, and we're going to want to associate ourselves with you, get you equipment. But, having a relationship with pro shops, like you started, having a relationship with staffers in the area, that all helps, because those are guys you're going to be in. If you establish good relationships, and that's all what this industry is about, is just being cool, doing the right thing, creating content consistently that people actually want to watch.
Yeah.
That's how you get on staff. Oh, and win a tournament or two,
That always helps.
Well, so when I had the Northwest, it was a little different because I had staffers, under me. And I would get asked all the time, how do I get on staff? I want to be on staff. I see so-and-so on staff. I was like, okay. I'm like, all our staffers in the region, right? And I say, yes, absolutely, I know them. It's like, okay, are you bowling the Portland Masters this weekend? It's like, yeah. It's like, I am. It's like, okay, great. I'm like, beat my guys and we can talk. It's like, because those are the best guys in the region. Those are the best bowlers.
Prove yourself.
Beat them.
Yeah.
I'll listen.
So, and I'll ask you this, Jason, also. You've been on staff for how long again?
I think we're 12 years now.
Nice.
12 years, yeah.
12. So that within itself kind of speaks some volumes, because a lot of people either are switching staffs, which again, it's no problem, but to stick with people through the thick and the thin, it speaks for itself.
So, the saying I said to you earlier, and you just touched on it here a second ago, but I'm going to say the first part, and then you fill in the last part. The universe rewards consistency, right? So I pretty much got on the same way that was mentioned, through the pro shop affiliation, through meeting the various reps throughout that particular point in time. It went from guest to Chuck Gardner. Chuck Gardner introduced me to Rob Law. Rob Law and Dino, that's how when I got here to Texas, how that kicked off. Rob Law is the one who really just blew the doors open for me. That's an awesome guy. If you're watching, appreciate you, sir. I wouldn't be here without you.
Neither would I. He's the one that signed me first, too.
See, Rob, man. Rob Law. That's the guy. He was very upfront with me. He told me immediately when I asked the same question, right? Hey, how do I get on? Can I get on?
Right.
Now, that time I had Dino also vouching for me, because I was doing a lot of shouting to the heavens of the brands, or Brunswick at that time in the area. So Dino let Rob Law know that I was one of those guys that he possibly put on. Yeah. Rob said, I don't have anything right now, but I actually do have 6 cases of demo balls. I'm gonna just send them to the shop, plug them up, punch them up, start throwing them, because I wasn't throwing as much Brunswick at the time. I had 1 or 2 pieces. Punch them up, start throwing them, you find some success, check back with me, and we'll see what happens. That year goes by, I had a lot of success. And one of those balls I gave to the wife, and she shot 298 with the original Siege.
Siege, yeah, Yeah, we go back to 2009 even.
Yeah, so
a long time ago.
And I come back and he's like, well, hey, I have a advisory staff. That's the entry. Well, at the time was the entry level. I think I don't know what it was still called the same
I'm
now.
not sure the levels anymore, but yeah, that was kind of get your foot in the door, prove yourself.
Foot in the door, prove yourself. I got my foot in the door, and the consistency part, right? I'm just going to stay at it. The longevity of it is not once that I really want to find fault within the brand and say it's just not working, I'm going to give it up. No, I really wanted to figure out why it wasn't working and what I could do different. Now, as anyone has seen me bowl, I'm not textbook, right? I'm a bit unorthodox. I like to say, I like to
just cue a shot so y'all can see.
I like to say I'm unorthodox, but staying with it, finding success, winning tournaments. I do roughly 30 tournaments a year, U.S. wide. I'm visible, I'm seen, I'm approachable. Those are all things. And now we're in a day and age of social media, right? So now the content, I don't put up as much as Charles or Nick does because I usually look at what both of those guys are doing and I go put up something in between, that kind of speaks to another subset of viewers who may want to see just a specific thing. And if I can go do it, I'll go do it. But what I'm doing is visible. I'm visible, and you have to be seen. So if you're not working on your craft, trying to win a tournament, beat some of the best guys out there, if you're not in the local community advocating for the brand, whichever brand that may be, you have to be seen. If no one sees you, no one's going to want to extend the hand to you. So 12 years has been nothing but, what do you need me to do? Okay, great. I'll fit in where I can fit in. I'll shoot what I can shoot. I'll show up to whatever demo. I've showed up to help the youth tournament a bunch of times throughout the years in Dallas. Demo days, all of that stuff. What do you need me to do?
That's how it is. And that's the thing. Is just volunteering yourself to help the brands. When they're in town doing demos, events, whatever. Hey, give me to grab that case? Let me unload that truck. Let's help you load it back up. I mean, that's all huge. It's like, I did that. I volunteered help at the Mini before I was ever hired with BrunsNick. I came out there for a few days, stayed with Robert Lawrence, and just helped, everything in the room. Back then, it was like we had, cases and pallets of bowling balls, and we're drilling on multiple presses, getting people fit up if they needed to get fitted, which most often not, or we would just lay out balls and get them in the press. But it's just like offering yourself to the brand and making yourself available, staying positive. And going back to social media is like not only being visible, but being visible in a positive way. Because a lot of things you do and say can often be detrimental to being on staff or trying to get on staff by something you might have said that could offend somebody.
Yeah,
it's just not tactful.
Yeah, and we are in this age of transparency, and skeletons do not live in your closet anymore. So, again, political and all of that good stuff, everybody has their opinions and views. Like, there's just a way to go about saying that in a public format to be respectful. But yeah, man, that was a lot. So these staff guys are these, both of these gentlemen have worked with this great company. And again, I do believe the other companies are good as well, right? I'm going to say that, right? I am here for everything.
He's a man of the people.
Yeah. So, but this was really cool, man. And hopefully I'll throw a couple shots in here of some things that we were able to show you about the facility. I'll do a 360 towards the end. If you stayed this long, much appreciated.
Boat on the lake, plus one in the bay. What can I say? I want it all. Can I be average, man? I got a ball. Mama mentality changed my reality. Knew it was in me, not bringing it out of me. I am a prodigy.